Why does it keep doing this to me? No idea why that keeps happening. Welcome. In this video, we're doing big 3 plus transits is what we're doing. I just want to situate the time of birth. I'm using this chart as a reference point. I just want to adjust the time here. Welcome, clairvoyant. You're the first one here. Good to see you. Let me check this out here. Let me situate this a little bit here. October 24th, 9:27 p.m. Let's do 9:30. Round it. And let's see what's rising. Let's see what's rising. Cancer's on the ascendant for the next couple hours. My 9th house. Look at how that's timed. It's untimely. It's timely, untimely, or untimely, timely. Clairvoyant, come on over. And anybody else who wants to see what an astrological chart looks like, I'm over here on the TubeView doing your big 3 plus transits. Some comments in this live were filtered. Thank you for the share. Who shared? Clairvoyant, appreciate you. That was a fail for the comments. Come on over. Thank you for the double taps. Thank you for the shares. If you're into astrology, you come to the perfect place. Moon in Pisces, discussing, look at this interesting little geometric shape that we have here in here. Look at this. Mariah De Jonji, welcome. How are you? Hello. Feel free to put your big 3 in the comments. I'm sharing a little bit of my astrological expertise in astrology here. Your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, plus the transits. These are the transits, the current transits right now as we speak. Sun in Scorpio, moon in Pisces, the 2 lights, 2 of the most important, 2 main features in the astrological chart. The sun sign, moon sign. Milk Valentine, what a name. Pisces moon, sensitive. Come on over to YouTube, you're gonna love it over here. Clairvoyant Empress, come on over. And whoever else wants to come over. Come on over. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That might be an issue. That might be an issue. Pardon me. I forgot to stay focused. I forgot to stay focused. Can you still hear me? Over here on the YouTube. Do I have to reset it? I have to reset it. Wait a minute. Pardon me. The story of my life. We go back to Clubhouse days. Do we, Milk Valentine? You're a Clubhouser? You're in for a treat. You're gonna love this. Come on over to YouTube and put Milk Valentine in the comments. And your big 3. Yes, I can hear you. Thank you so much, Mariah. I'm working on my camera timed out, and I'm back. Lab Coat Astrologer, the name you know, the name you trust for your astrological insights. Hillary, happy Tuesday to you. How are you? Mariah, without further ado, you went right into it. Aquarius, the truth seeker. Okay, let's get right into it. Let's dig right into it here. This here is a blank astrological chart here. And I'm going to show you how I'm arriving at some of the features that I'm arriving to. Libra rising, this is you. The ascendant is this point here, Libra's rising. You have the sun in Aquarius. Libra puts Aquarius in the 5th. Perhaps an athlete. Perhaps. With a Leo moon, an Aquarius sun with a Leo moon. Wow, in the 11th house. You were born during a full moon, which makes for the moon in Leo to be that much more of a significance and a highlight for the emotions and the security and the comforts. And one of your friend's mothers took you in like you were her own. Interesting, right? We can see that you're sapiosexual with the sun in Aquarius in the 5th house. This is what gets you going and what you fall in love with. The 5th house is the house of love. Loving you. Clairvoyant, you can resonate. That resonates with you? That resonates with you? Wonderful. Love to slotty. Interesting. Like what you did there. Lottie slot, lottie dottie. We like the potty. Is that what you're going, where you're going with that? That's what I think about with that love to slotty. Crafty, creative. Mariah, thank you for the confirmation. Love to slotty, you're on the list. Happy Tuesday to all those. We're on the way to hump day. Let's get into it. So the first feature here, I want to bring your eyeballs over here to these transits here. Two of the main features. Let's plug in this Sun, Mercury, Mars in Scorpio and the Moon, Saturn, and Neptune in Pisces, because these are two features of the astrological chart with the lights in the firmament shining a bright light there. So we have Scorpio here, the 2nd house. Over the course of the next 30 days, 28 days now, there's a focus on your finances, your spending, and changing your spending patterns, perhaps. With the moon in Pisces currently right now in the 6th house, the healthcare, self-care, healthcare is important. Pouring into yourself. Pouring into yourself is important. With the moon, Neptune, and Saturn. Saturn here, by transit in your 6th house in Pisces, does point to your workplace and your routines. You know, I find that sometimes when Saturn is placed in the 6th house, sometimes it's like, oh, gosh, with the place that you work at now, there's some uncomfort with the employees and the people who you work with. Perhaps you had some of those experiences today, perhaps. Right? But in addition, it points to health. You know, the moon in Pisces is a testimony that points to you being reminded to incorporate healthy eating and self-care, perhaps. Nature lover, like what you did there. I see you, Pisces, Sun, Libra, Moon, Virgo, Rising. Come on over to YouTube and you could be put on the list. This is what we're doing here. Oh, Lottie Dottie, you like the slotty machine. I see. I like what you did there. Crafty. This is all resonating so much. Literally had a horrible work day and work in the mortgage industry. Ugh. Thick. Into the thick of it. Well, it's a perfect opportunity to, let me see, the moon currently right now is, let's look here close. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Let's see what we got here for the next up and coming for you in the 6th house. So we got the moon in Pisces at 10 degrees, so there's 20 degrees left. This looks like a spa or a bath or a spiritual bath or something like that, or spiritual practices and the what have you, with Neptune in the 6th house. Into nature, getting into nature. Ana Vasquez, hello. Hello, Ana Vasquez, how are you? Hello. Your eyes are so beautiful, bro. I appreciate it. Can you come over to YouTube and say that? Put 123 Sesame Street so I know that it's you. Thank you so much. Anna, thank you. Welcome. I gotta know what's in your first. You gotta guess. We're not giving that up for free tonight. We're not giving that up for free tonight, 123 Sesame Street. You gotta come on over here to the tube. We're having a blast over here. We even have music over here. Speaking of music, let me switch this little beat here right quick. I got something else in store. Wait a minute. Let's pause that. And let's get into this. Boom, boom. All right. Yes, indeed. Okay. Kaylin from TikTok. Welcome. How are you? Appreciate you. Put your big 3, your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, and it'll be on the list. This is what we're doing. But, or in addition, back to Mariah here. This looks like a spiritual something tapping in nature, something for a little bit of a reprieve for yourself. Like a vacation without a vacation, inside of a vacation, if you will. That's what that looks like. A little bit to me. All right. And planning those even, because this is going to be a 2-year stint here with this work. I don't know if you plan on being there for the next 2 years, but it requires potentially, possibly, for you to have these little getaways with Neptune and Saturn in the 6th house, you know, as the stresses of work and whatnot, to be able to have your getaway so you can renew yourself. You know, Scorpio right now, let's zoom on over to your chart real quick. Scorpio is in the 2nd house. It points to the financial perspective, but it also points to your values, what it is that you value and you place value on. We use tropical, right? You got it. We're using tropical, whole sign, house system, tropical. Yes, you got it. Goddess fruit, welcome. Come on over. You're gonna love it over here. Here for a good time, not a long time. If you're enjoying the live, be sure to like the live, smash the subscription button ever so gently, and let's have a big 3+ transit party on a Tuesday evening. Glad I caught you here. Just referred someone to you earlier. Mandy, keep that up and you're going to be a moderator here. Love it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, Mariah. What do I want to share with you? I want to share something else with you. And it has to do with this full moon coming up. I want to add this in here because this is a feature that everyone's talking about. Before we talk about the full moon in Taurus, which is happening in the 8th house, which is the house of shared resources. It's a particularly good moon because the moon enjoys being in Taurus. It's exalted by rule of thumb, so it's a manifesting moon in a sense, and plus Jupiter's here. So there may be some benefits that come from the partner and through your relationships, both personal and intimate. Someone that you can, knowing you can always count on me, or them. You know, maybe friends, maybe connected to friends. But that's the highlight there, shared resources and the sharing of resources and joint finances. But with the sun in Scorpio, now it's the finances, like I said earlier. This ring of fire that occurred on the 14th, you know, we're in this window, we're in this eclipse window, Libra leading up to Taurus, right? Covering the moon waxing and growing through from your 1st house to your 8th house, which is another testimony that points to transformations and a rebirthing and a renewal of self that shows. A getaway within a getaway, even if you can't get away, if you will. Hello, what is going on with us Capricorn? Sassy little mommy, you gotta come on over to YouTube. We're having a party over here. You're gonna love it. Come on. If you'd like. My husband is a Scorpio. Sun. Well, he's in your house of finances, whether he's in your finances or you're in his. He contributes. He shines a light in the area of finances, so there's some financial assistance, I would say, potentially, astrologically speaking. That's how we plug that in. Why did you just take a picture there? Fine. Very well. Thank you for the double taps. Thank you for the shares if you're over here on the talk. We're over here on the tube doing big 3s plus transits. Mariah, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. If you'd like a deeper analysis of your chart, I encourage you to check my description. I have some interesting things. If you go to my channel, you click on my channel button, the lab coat, you'll find a bunch of things in there. It's worth a gander, a look at, see what's in there. There's a bunch of little trick-or-treat goodies in there in the description. You might find something that you're interested in. Without further ado, Mariah, you're welcome so much. You're more than welcome to come hang out, drop your big 3, ask questions. Anytime you'd like, you can hang out and listen, because this is an excellent way to start to conceptualize the chart and see how it all comes together. All right, so after Mariah, we have Love to Slotty. Are you still here? Slotty lover. Kaylin Berry, you want a reading? Be sure to check out the description on my channel page up here. Tap on the lab coat. It'll bring you to the channel in the description. There's websites there. There's all kinds of there's all kinds of goodies in there. Love to Slotty, are you here? Danny, welcome. How are you? Hello. How are you? Annie, Seif, welcome. We're over here on the tube having a blast. You guys are gonna love it over here. There's music. There's pictures. Check it out. You could stay over here if you want. I encourage it if you want to. Love the Slotty. Appreciate you. All right, so you're up. Pisces Sun. They say Pisces is the mystic. I want to bring your attention over here to this chart. We're going to look at this for a minute. Cancer is on the ascendant. So this Cancer ascendant going on right now, if you're in the East Coast, would potentially be a vibe for you. Anybody who's in the East Coast, wherever Cancer is located in your chart, it would be a feature right now. I'm of the mind that the rising sign is similar to the sun and the moon, thus the big 3, the sun, the moon, and the rising sign. It tells a lot about current conditions. Libra rising. You're also a Libra rising. We don't have much to switch up here. You're a Libra rising with the sun in Pisces instead of the sun in Aquarius. Okay. So this is like a new beginning for you. Love to Slotty. In the area of health. You're a Libra rising, you're not a Virgo rising. I think most Virgo risings, or a lot of Virgo risings, are nurses, but because the sun shines in the 6th house, which I'm going to show you here in a momento, you may have or may have had an interest in health, in the health field. Are you in the health field? A little nursing there? Hospital, work at a hospital or something? Astrocartography, I do look at astrocartography charts, Mandy Shine. Are you the one that reached out to me on the talk? If so, I sent you a message. And if you tap on the lab coat there in the description, there's a bunch of trick-or-treat goodies about the lab coat and readings and how to be a part of the team, the community rather, the lab coat community on a terrific Tuesday. All right, so without further ado, we got a reading in progress here. I work in the health field. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. What did we say? You said Sun in Pisces, Moon in Aries, ay Dios mío. Okay, so I've got something in store for you. You were born right after a new moon. Let's have a glance over at the chart over here. We didn't have to change much because the last reading was a Libra rising, Libra on the ascendant. We're working with and utilizing whole sign house system, which means the whole zodiac sign is in the whole house. So you may have the sun in the 5th. You may have the sun partly in the 7th. No, you wouldn't have the sun. You would have the sun either in the 5th or the 6th, but by whole sign house system, Pisces is the 6th house, and the 6th house points to health. You know, it may even stem from an early age in how you take care of the father or the father figure around the house and health and your interest in health. This is where you shine, astrologically speaking. This is where you shine. Right? With the moon in Aries, this makes for someone who to be, you get anxious. There's an anxiousness, especially when it comes to relationships, the 7th house. The moon sometimes can move very quickly in relations. Mars is impulsive, you know, and sometimes in relationships, potentially, there's competition between you and the partner. Interesting, or you've had to compete, you know, for your partner or with your partner or through the relations with partnership, because Aries is the sign of competition and the moon is there. This also makes for the mother, right, to be so excitable in connection to your partner and who you're with and are you married yet and do you like them or whatever the case may be. Boom, bam, pop. Does that resonate with you so far? And so like the last reading, the sun, you know, this is another feature too for the Libra risings. Mercury is in Scorpio as well as Mars is in Scorpio. Now Mars is comfortable here, it's at home here, and it's somewhat impulsive, somewhat. And because it's in the 2nd house, it points to the finances and the spending, if you will. This is a big feature. I think Libra risings are gonna spend so quickly this month. So knowing that, we can use astrology as a tool and be aware of that and be like, okay, I'm gonna watch my spending. I gotta watch how I spend. Okay, I know I really want that though. I don't know I want that so bad. I want it. I want that. I have to have it. You're gonna have to be patient, or it would behoove you, perhaps, potentially, to be patient. And second guess, I was gonna say second think, but that's not really a thing. Take a double take, dot your I's and cross your T's, ask yourself is a necessity. All right, thank you so much. We have 7 beautiful YouTubers over here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Be sure to smash the like button ever so gently if you're liking the live. Yes, you're on point, thank you. Can I get a reading? Amaya? Sure, of course. All you gotta do is double tap the screen, double tap like the live. You're more than welcome. Put your big 3 in the comments there and you'll be placed on the list. That's what we're doing here. Boom, bam, and popping for the 10 TikTokers over here. Thank you so much for your double taps. We're waiting for you over here. Okay, so this new moon, this ring of fire, did you see it? It was beautiful, the ring of fire. Anywho, the ring of fire was in your 1st house, right? So this axis, and I'm going to tell you something else too. Your relationships, you finding ways in which to balance, right? And put yourself over the partner, or balancing it with caring for the partner as well as caring for yourself. This is a whole thing over the course of the past, ever since the 14th, you know, trying to find this equilibrium, this. I got a picture for you. Wait a minute. Do I have it? Or did I move it? No. I have a picture for you. For everyone. For everyone here. I think of this when I think of Libra. Trying to find this balance. You know, we want it to be, we would like it to be something like this, you know, between you and the partner, a fair balance where it's even. You know, this is what we look for. We look for this. You know, when it's uneven, this is an issue here. This here, this here, this we like. We like this. You know, equilibrium, if you will. I wanted to share that there just for pictures worth a billion words there. All right. So that's something that has kicked off and pouring into yourself. Why do I say that? Because the ring of fire was here in the first house. This goes for all Libra risings. All Libra risings. This is what the ring of fire has done. You know, it's made you put your foot down a little bit more too, because Mars was zooming past here. You know, through the first house. And now it's in the second house. So you gotta, whoa, don't get carried away. You know, think about your financial position there. But it does lead up to some benefits and some opportunities in a time where there is some healing and where the partner does come to terms and like, oh, well, love to slotty, you're right. I will. Here's $1,000. Here, I got you. Boom, bam, pop. Potentially. All right. So there it is. You know, self-discipline too, and setting up boundaries and walls for yourself too is also a feature that is needed, potentially, perhaps, also at the workplace and with through and by employees and stuff and whatnot. Boom, bam, pop. You know, this becomes a feature over the course of the next 2 years. Not for nothing. Every time the moon is in Pisces, like the day that you had today, this is one way that we can utilize astrology. Look at this. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. User 680020528638 without the glasses. Come on over to Tube. Come on over here. You're going to love it. We got you covered, Aries sun. Third eye, come on over. How are you? How was your day? Welcome. Comma, you're back for more. Come on over, you're gonna love it over here. Okay, so back to you, love to slotty. This is what I was sharing with you. The moon in Pisces here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. This Saturn is gonna be a feature for the next 2 years. So every time, you know, this feeling, in essence, let's keep track. See what happens next 27, 30 days when the moon's in Pisces. That's your little homework there. You know, see what happens in 27. See if this feature comes around again so you can be prepared. Knowing is half the battle, and knowing is one of the best ways in which to be aware. It's kind of like you're psychic and you know how to dodge these bullets, but really in actuality you're prognosticating, which means you're tracking rhythmic cycles, applying astrology to your life. One of the benefits, I say. It is said, we say, they say. All right? Wonderful. If you just got here, welcome. Be sure to smash. We got 13 beautiful tubers in here. 3 likes. Help me out here. Help a brother out. We're doing big 3. We're doing your big 3 plus transits. I'm showing you how I conceptualize this thing. Share the live with a fellow astrological enthusiast, whether you're a seasoned astrologer or you've just begun on your journey. Lab Coat Astrologer, the name you know, the name you trust. For astrological insights. This is what we're doing. Boom, bam, pop. All right, let's get it. Love to Slotty. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you. Christine, you made it. Wonderful. Get in here. Patreon subscribers started being in here. Wonderful. I've been pouring into myself. Ended a relationship in August. Let's go with the pouring, love to slotty, and hitting the slot machines on. I'm not advertising for slot machines, I'm just saying. Beware honey, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you. Come on over here, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it over here. Hourglass, evening, how are you? Dream driven, I see you. Ganja and the Mamma Jamma, let's get it. All right, let's scroll back here. We have some, let me move rhythmically. Bear with me for all those who want a reading. We got a full house here. We have 6 likes, 14 viewers. Just to remind you, smash the subscription button ever so gently. Let me see, let me look back here. We just did Love to Slotty. I like saying that. I don't know why. Kaylin, it looks like you're next. You're the one. Another Pisces sun, moon Virgo, or sun Pisces, moon Libra, Virgo rising. Kaylin, are you here? Talk to us. Let's get you in here. Virgo on the rise. They say it is said, I even say sometimes that Virgo is a stickler for details. Is this you? Are you extremely picky? Are you one of those Virgo types that are very, 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 very picky? Perhaps, you know, the OCD, the worry wart at times, the self-critical, you know, always criticizing yourself for the better. Hopefully. You're the one who shares the constructive criticism. You know, neatness is of an utmost. It's the cleanliness that is important. Ever since a youth, you probably had to clean behind the toilets and all that stuff. You got the jobs there where you had to, you know, thus health and hygiene became to be significant. Also, how old were you when you injured your head or you got glasses there, Kaylin? Kaylin, talk to us. Yes, hi, how are you? Welcome. How old were you when you injured your head or got glasses? I'm curious. Inquiring astrologers want to know, lab coat. How old were you? Nate Sewell, 96. How are you? Pisces gang. Moon in Pisces. New beginnings for you, bud. New beginnings. New beginnings for you. Okay, so let's get this in here. Virgo rising. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Virgo on the ascendant. Shishi, welcome back. How are you? I commented after Love to Slotty. I gotcha. I gotcha. Did you hear my question, though, about the glasses? Curious. Pisces sun in the 7th house. Interesting. Pisces sun in the 7th house. It's your relationships then over the course of the next 2 years. I don't know. Pisces sun, Libra moon. Puts the moon in the 2nd house. Naturally, so the emotions, the feelings you just recently, ever since the 14th, well, last month, over the course of the last 30 days, it'll scoop it. Oh, pardon me. There was a significant shift with the emotions and what it is that you place value on. It looks like there. Kaylin, am I saying your name right? Kaylin Berry, yes. D Smooth, welcome. Everyone, an interview with, thank you so much. Let's do a little commercial break. You can donate by going to my little lab coat symbol, tap on my channel, and in the description there's an arrow. You can see there's all kinds of not trick or treat goodies. I call them treats. They're not really treats, but it's information on how to support the lab coat channel, and also how to get private readings that I do via Zoom is what I'm doing now. And I work with this method here. It allows me to toggle, and if you'd like me to record it, I can do that. I have that feature as well. Right now here today, what we're doing in this video, we're doing big 3+ transits. We're having fun shooting the stuff around, examining some of the transits, looking at, you know, where the transits are and incorporating them into your astrological chart. I got a little hand-drawn chart here because I'm of the mind. This has helped me over the past 2 decades, you know, understanding how to read the astrological chart or get an idea of how to put the pieces, the intricacies of the chart together. Thus, therefore, I'm sharing this with you. I've had a seizure, maybe that. I've never had glasses. No, you had a seizure? How old were you when you had that seizure? Before 15? Curious. I'm trying to arrive at something here. I'm double checking, confirming something here real quick. I just want to see. Let me know if you're still here as well. Every once in a while, I don't mind if you comment, peace sign or something, or a heart symbol or something. You don't have to ask anything or say anything, if you know that there's a reading in progress. But the comments kind of let me know that you're still here, boom, bam, and popping, and that you still want a big 3 analysis. Okay, so we're gonna rock with this here. That's not something that we're doing. I just wanted to see something. But with Virgo on the ascendant here, and the sun in Pisces in the 7th house, there's a transit here of Saturn in the 7th house, right? So it makes it a place of, introspection and contemplation, significant in the area of relationships, and transparency in relationships is of the utmost importance. And you're starting to harden up a little bit and not be as nice, if there's not the reciprocity within relationships ever since the springtime, right? And so last month it was your finances. This month is more of your day-to-day, your mindset, and the confidence, building confidence within yourself and understanding more about yourself and how to have a smooth and rhythmic day. Amaya Lewis, welcome. How are you? Oh, 2019? Never mind then. I wonder, because sometimes people have rising signs, and I have found that sometimes the rising signs are not always accurate. Is Cancer rising like stomach issues? I wouldn't say so there. I wouldn't say Cancer rising is stomach issues only. Neanderthal. Interesting name. Like how you did that. Kiki, welcome. How are you? Leo rising, Virgo sun, Aries moon. Come on over. We're doing big 3s on YouTube. You're going to love it over here. You're going to love it. Gail, welcome. How are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm well. Thank you for asking. Okay, Kaylin, without further ado, let's get into your chart. Okay, so now the sun, Mars, or sun, Mercury in this order, and Mars are in Scorpio in the 3rd house. The 3rd house has to do with our speech patterns, how we speak, how we think, our thought processes. And because Mars is here, Mars points to where we're willing to defend ourselves. This Mars in Scorpio makes the mindset a little irritated and frustrated, right? Especially if you let things roll off your back last month there, if you will, right? So you become Virgo. This is Virgo risings. Our Virgo risings become to be a little bit more direct and sharp-tongued. Gail, thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. Direct and to the point. There's a transit to be reckoned with, right? And the shift, this lunar eclipse that's coming up, right? This lunar eclipse. Well, let's go back to the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse in Leo, it changed the feelings and the relationships in regards to the values and your worth and your value within the relationship, potentially, astrologically. Leading up to this full moon, the climax of understanding and growth and using what you've learned from the past, as well as how the partner speaks to you and the communication there towards growth and expansion in that regard with this full moon in Taurus. Boom, bam, pow. You see what I mean? A little bit. What am I picking up on? I'm picking up on the astrological chart a little bit here. You know, I would say that your relationships, there's some boundaries that are going to be created here over the course of the next 2 years. And it may be challenging, there may be some disappointments there, honestly. One thing about me is I'll share some of the good things, but I'll also share some of the bad things or the things that I see. Keep it a buck with you, keep it 100, be honest, because that's what I think astrology is used as a tool for. Boom, bam, pow. So we can be aware, you know. The advice I share with you is the importance of respect in relationships in a nutshell as we get closer and closer to 2024, especially in right around your birthday. And stay tapped in too. If I share a little big 3 reading with you, you come back here, you know what, that lab coat guy, I don't know what it is about that lab coat guy, but he was right about that. I'm going to go back and let him know. I appreciate that stuff. I definitely appreciate that stuff. I have 9th in Taurus. As a Virgo rising, you do. By whole sign house system, you do. Virgo, if we put Virgo in the first place as the rising sign, then Libra's the 2nd, Scorpio's the 3rd, Sagittarius would be the 4th, Capricorn 5 would be your 5th house, 5th house, Aquarius 6, Pisces 7, Aries 8, Taurus is the 9th house in your astrological chart, where the full moon is. And so they say, it is said, I say, we say, the 9th house is the house of higher education, learning, philosophies. Eric Rain, welcome. Ms. Precious, welcome. A. Kane, welcome. We're over here on TubeU. Come on over, you're gonna love it over here. We're doing your big 3 plus transits. You can be on the list to answer your question. Kaylin, excuse me. All right, we have to dig into your chart a little bit more about the Virgo rising thing. Excuse me, I'm not going to do that here today. Sometimes I would like to, but I want to be able to get to everybody. Kiera Moody, welcome. You're on the list. We'd have to do a little sit down, Kaylin, and chat so I can observe and, you know, examine that Virgo on the ascendant. You know, you didn't have glasses. You said you got a seizure 2019. That's not early enough. Headaches and allergies would be the next question that I would have for you. All right, let me scroll back here because we got some big 3s piling up in here. Welcome if you just got here. We're doing your big 3 plus transits. Boom, bam, pow. Let me see who's next. It looks like we did Kaylin. It looks like Kevinique. I was trying not to use my glasses, but there's a lot of letters there. Let me see you here. Kevinique Charnel, Pisces Sun, Virgo Moon, Pisces Rising. Are you still here? Question mark. Candy 39, I see you. Just your luck. Love what you did there. Appreciate you. Let's go here to this transit chart. This is the transit chart that we're looking at here. It's now 10:10. I think we need to adjust this chart. Attention. We're looking for, who did I say? Kevinique. What was that? Pisces Sun. Virgo Moon with a Pisces Rising. Okay, we got you. Let's pull it up. We're definitely going to get to you if you're on the list. If you have the patience, I have the time. I want to share this with you. I think these are the things that you need to know for the Scorpio season, for real. I haven't heard too much about some of these features to the astrological chart, to your astrological chart, your big three plus transits. I might have to go back to doing the 12 rising signs, but I like doing the little erasing part and working on my communication skills to be multi-talented with it. Boom, bam, pow. Okay, so we got Pisces on the ascendant with a Pisces sun and a Virgo moon. Born during a full moon. I didn't even check to double check and confirm that you're still here. Let me see. Kevinique left. Damn, I just got skipped. Amaya, you got skipped? No. No. Lab coat, no. No. No, lab coat, no. Amaya, you did get skipped. I skipped right over you. I moseyed right on over you. Well, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. That happens. I'm human. It does happen. Although I work my best to avoid it as much as possible. But the lab coat skipped right over you. How did this happen? To the Cancer rising, how did I do that thing? No, you're up. Kevinique, I think Kevinique left. Pisces sun, Pisces rising, Virgo moon. You're right, fair is fair. And we just passed the Libra season, so we should be all filled up with balance. And we should be full of equilibrium there. But let's get to you. We got Cancer on the ascendant. We've got Virgo sun in the 3rd house. And we have Libra moon. You were also born during a new moon, the beginning. Family is everything, super important. The relationships and the bonds within and relationships within the family with the moon and Libra there. Thank you for putting your big three back in there, Maya. Very, very helpful. Appreciate you. Did I change this time? No, I didn't. I was talking about, we got a Maya. I can't pin comments here. No. Ugh. That's all right. We're crafty. We're gonna work with it. It's gonna be perfect. Yay. Hi. Hello. What's up? Nikki. Hi. Yay. What's up? Preet. Hi. Welcome. Mima. Welcome. Thank you. C. Anna. Welcome. Each and every one of you. I want to share with you that we're over here on YouTube. We're having a blast. I'm doing big three astrology plus transits. Come on over. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it over here. All right, so we got Cancer on the ascendant. I'm not sure if you're in the East Coast, but Cancer would be a significant feature in your astrological chart right now. And anywho, we can see that Cancer. Notice this blue here. This is the symbol for Cancer, and it's blue, right? Scorpio is also blue. It denotes the water signs. Cancer, water sign, emotional, protective. Thus, there and for you as a Cancer rising, it's said that you're protective, nurturing, emotional. Even sometimes I say even sometimes that Cancers can be clingy, right? But it's the family. It's clingy because of the claws. Not to say anything about you or anything like that, but this is the nature of the crab. YouTube is better anyway. Nikki, easy. We don't want to. TikTok's cool too. We like TikTok too. But anywho, Okay, Amaya, you don't have to put your whole birth information in there. We're not doing the whole birth charts. I'm just doing big threes right now. Maybe in another video we'll do some astrological charts. What does Gemini in the 16th degree mean? It means come on over to YouTube and we'll do your big three. But it means the middle. It's fixed. It's a fixed point. You know, it shows the middle of a phase. You have the beginning, middle, and end of each zodiac sign, and 16 is in the middle. It's actually 1 degree past dead smack in the middle. You know? All right, without further ado, let's get to you, Amaya. This is you here. Cancer on the ascendant. So this is another chart here where we have the natal moon in Libra. So it would be safe to say that there's kind of a connection and a correlation to this ring of fire new moon that occurred on October 14th, which impacted and affected your emotions and the relationships within the home. It's something that started in regards to the relations within the family and your roots there, right? And because Venus is the planet that rules Libra, there was a mutual reception that went on leading up to the 21st between Virgo and Libra. You know, so there brought more of an interaction between you and the family dynamics and the relationships within the family there to shine. Plus your sun sign is there. Happy belated birthday, by the way, too. I hope your birthday was awesome and rejuvenating. I saw the time, so I was okay. Wrong time. It's all good. We got you. As long as those are your big three, we got you covered because I'm working with whole sign house system is what I'm doing here. You know, which means that you put the whole sign in the whole house. When it comes to equal house, it would be a specific degree. You might be a 2 degree Cancer rising, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 29, if you will. And that would denote the exact degree of your rising sign. But in the whole sign house system, we're putting 0 degrees of Cancer at the horizon point or the ascending point. Hello, I am a Cancer with Aquarius rising and Pisces moon. This life is wild. Yes, it is. Lohana, welcome. How are you? Greetings, Pisces moon, sensitive one. It's a new beginnings for you. Come on over to YouTube. We're having a blast over here. Dream driven, thank you for the big threes in the comments. I appreciate you. Okay, so what we have here, we have this dynamic, this mutual reception. Now that the sun is in Scorpio, here with Mercury and Mars, this is a place of entertainment. This is a place of enjoyment. This is a place of self-love and the things that you hold most dear to your heart for a Cancer rising and all those who are Cancer risings. It is the 5th house. It also brings themes and highlights surrounding children, whether they're yours or not, or whether you have any or not. You know, this is the nature of the 5th house. And there's a little bit of desire that burns, a drive, you know. Cancer risings are driven in the area to express their love there, believe it or not, right? So we have the 4th house is the start of this eclipse season, the family matters, and it leads all the way up to the full moon in Taurus, which is happening here, which is in the house of friendship. And so not only friendship, but associates, also collaborating, also networking, also long-term goals and working on manifesting the long-term, the longer term of the goal that are set. I work with kids. Okay, so now we started zooming in and we started, if it was a telescope, we start turning the dials. If it was a microscope, we started turning the dials. We started focusing in on that thing a little bit more. You work with kids, bow. So there's one little rebel, if you will, just recently this past week, last week, this is the beginning of this week, I'll say last week, one of the kids little feisty, a little more energetic than usual. You're like, what's up with Timmy? What's going on with little Timmy? What's gotten into Timmy? I say that because, you know, the Sun, Mercury, and Mars are in the 5th house. So whether they're your children or not, there still would be a heightened activity and action with children, period, because this is the nature of the 5th house. Boom, bam, pop. Day tripping all day. You can not be next, but you can be placed on the list if you came on over here to the Tube U. We're having a blast over here. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Come on over. Put your big 3 in the comments. Wow, you really been on all day. Kiso, no I haven't. I just got on. I was on for a little bit earlier. Thank you so much, Kiso, I appreciate you. All right, let me keep it pushing before people get to going. Amaya, I appreciate you. Collaborations, network, and good time with friends is what you got coming up here. This is what I got in store for you. I was gonna say this is what I see in my crystal ball, but I don't do crystal balls, honestly. I don't do crystal balls. I like what they look like though. I do like what they look like. And I got a story about a crystal ball, but that's for another video. Sun, Cap, Moon, Libra, Rising, Leo. Day tripping, not over here, over here. Come on over. It's easy. For the 11th house, I'm collaborating with students in all my college classes. Let's go, Amaya. Congratulations with the collaboration. With the collaboration, networking and collaboration. Okay, who is next? She's still in here, I think, maybe. Okay, Hourglass, I see you. If you're still here. Kevin Eek left. Okay, boom bam, blippity. Ganja Queen, I see you. Dream Driven, you're back for more. How are you? Scorp Sun, you're up. All right, let's go have a look-see at this. Boom bam pop. If I've skipped you, let me know. It happens. I'm human. I think. Sometimes. Dream Driven, let me see. Sagittarius Ascendant, the adventurous one. Dream Driven this month does point to your rest and your sleep. Hope you're getting it. Your sleep schedule, super important to be fully charged for your work. You know, there's a connection to work or to sleep and work and self-improvement. You know, you started placing yourself a little bit more in solitude as a Sagittarius rising. You Sagittarius risings. There. Approaching your birthday. Leading up to some opportunities and some manifestings in connection to your health. I have like 5 squares in mind. Spirit Talker? Really? We're not doing the entirety of the chart. We're doing the big 3. The Sun, the Moon, the Rising. Come on over. We got some Pisces Suns in here, coming in here, trickling in here. Be sure to like my last post too, as well. Aaron Ashley, welcome in. Get in here. Be sure to share the live. We're over here on the Tube. If you'd like to come over here and look, there is a list. I am going to let you know there is a list. But if you have the patience, then I'm here for it. Yo, Ganja, I'm done for the in-lab quote we trust. Boom and pop. Sagittarius on the ascendant for Dream Driven. Scorpio Sun in the 12th house. There. A little soul searching, a little tapping into the subconscious realms. And the Moon in Taurus. By birth. Born during a full moon. Ow! I hope that didn't hurt anybody's ears. Boom, bam, pop. Stay in your lane. Love what you did there. Tweety Pie Baby. Day tripping all day. See you. Okay, so if you just got here, welcome. Be sure to smash the subscription button ever so gently and tap the like button also ever so gently if you're enjoying the live and you get a reading. Nature lover, welcome. Come on over. Boom, bam, pop. Share the live. Be sure to share the live with someone who's in Britiana. I see you. Pisces, Sun, Pisces, Moon, Cancer, Rising. The emotion in you filled to the brim. Okay, here we go. All right, dream driven. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. And if you just got here too, you can scroll back and look. We're actually doing dream driven now. You can see how the list is going. You can see exactly where you are. Thank you for your patience. Dream driven, you still here? You've been behind time listening? Candace, no entiendo. ¿Qué? ¿Qué lo que? What do you mean? You've been behind time. You're right on time. Come to the perfect place. Welcome back. Dream driven, you left. Talk to me here. We got a little bit of a delay here. No need to worry. If you can hear me, if the signal's good for you, no worries. I don't want to read anybody who's not here. Welcome in if you just got here. Thank you for the double taps. We're over here on the tube doing your big three plus astrology, plus transits, and astrology also as well. Notice the pinned comment. Ganja Queen, I see you. Bye streaming. You're doing excellent. Appreciate you. Boom, bam, pop. Okay, so what happened here? Yep, your response just confirmed. Thought there was a delay, but it was me. Dream driven, thank you for the confirmation. You've been sleepy because I've been working out like crazy. Okay, so we got to talk about this dream driven. This is what we got. We're going to have to do something about this thing here. Okay, so let me bring your eyeballs over here to this chart, Exhibit A. And in this chart, we have, this is your natal sun. When I say natal, I mean birth. When people say, what's your nativity? What's your natal? You know, similar to the scene at Christmas time, the nativity with a little baby in a manger, right? The nativity, it refers to birth, right? Natal, birth, nativity, natal, get it? Tie those in a knot. When you were born, in layman's terms, the sun was in Scorpio in the 12th house. Now the sun comes back. It went all the way around. Now it's your birthday season. And the 12th house has to do with the place of self-improvement and rest. If you're tired, we got to go to bed a little bit earlier. We don't want to get you all frustrated and irritated with Mercury and Mars there. You're liable to be on edge and be grumpy and let someone have it without even meaning it, honestly. The 12th house and the 6th house. You see how you were born? The sun was in Scorpio, the moon, the natal moon, which is birth, was in Taurus in the 6th house. This is a full moon. So the full moon, you're having a lunar return on the full moon. That's good. It's good for matters at work, right? But the lack of sleep is not good for you. Or I would like to rather say, sleep is beneficial in healing for you. The 12th house can be looked at as a place of healing, similar to Chiron, honestly, because it's the place of self-improvement. One of the characteristics or archetypes or things that correlate and connect to the 12th house are hospitals. And inside hospitals, these are places where you heal, the infirmary, where you get better. Boom, bam, pop. Are you with me over here? Can I get a boom, bam, pop over here on the top? Let me know you're still here. We got to get caught up on our rest, dream driven, for the course of this month, and we've just started. We've just started. It'll be interesting. Just Your Luck 45. Thank you for the boom bam pop. Good to go now. Candace, wonderful. Appreciate you. Be sure to smash the subscription button ever so gently. Like the live if you're liking the live. Gracie Gonzalez, appreciate you for the hi bear. Come on over. We're over here on Tube. Big 3 plus transits. Okay, perfect. So we got the sleep, we got the rest occurring here, right? Because there are some big things happening at the workplace. You don't want to tinker with that here. We want to keep these things good here. This full moon coming up in Taurus, where your natal moon is at. This is a good place, you know, for this full moon, rather. I got like 3 moons in here. What are you doing here, bub? We got the natal moon and the full moon. This is what the full moon is. I put it on this side because it's happening at 5 degrees of Taurus, which is actually 2 degrees from the moon's exalted degree, which means that the moon does the best at 3 degrees of Taurus. So if anybody has the moon at 3 degrees of Taurus, it's exalted. That's a little shortcut feature there, if you will. And it means that the moon sign is heightened, so you experience manifestations and values and security and all the archetypes and the natures that are involved when it comes to the zodiac sign Taurus, and the archetypes with finances and financial security through the work and through the hard work, which was instilled through and by the mother and or the grandmother, because your natal moon was here. The full moon in Taurus also brings a reflecting back on the mother and or the grandmother, and the location of your Venus in your natal chart will point to a little bit more of how this full moon lunar eclipse, which isn't so bad because Jupiter's here. This is some type of goodness here. I'm saying that this full moon in Taurus brings some benefits, some highlights. Even though it's a lunar eclipse, it still brings some benefits and highlights to the locate where Taurus is, as well as Venus. Yes, perfect. Thank you. Boom, bam, pop. Lohana got the B. You done shortened it. Loving it. Appreciate you. Okay, this is what we got. This is what we got for the most part for you, Dream Driven. This is what we have for you. It's your rest. You know, the 12th house is also a house of spirituality. You know, for the most part, it's self-improvement. It's a reflecting in before you come to this newness. Scorpio is the phoenix, so it's like the shedding the skin. You know, I got Scorpio as the phoenix, the snake, the scorpion, the black widow. This is what I got. These are some of the features that remind me of the nature of Scorpio and its transformative powers and energetics, and archetypes rather, and vibe, if you will. Dream Driven, does that resonate with you? Jupiter, welcome back. How are you? Sunshine Koi, how are you? We're multi-streaming on a wonderful Tuesday. All right, let me scroll back here and see who's next. Dream Driven, thank you. You're more than welcome to come back or stay, whatever you want to do. All those who are here, I'm always doing live astrology, boom, bamming and popping. We just did Dream Driven. It looks like an interview with is next. Back for more. Are you still here? An interview with is Taurus Sun, Gemini Moon, with a Leo rising. Let's see if you're here. Shishi, it looks like you're next. Let me put you over here. We got Shishi, if you're still here. Let's see if an interview with is still here. An interview with, you're still here? Mr. Dub, welcome. Welcome. Dream Driven, thank you for the thumbs up. Gooden, Jupiter, appreciate you. An interview with, are you still here? Shishi, are you still here? These are the two features. Did you like the degree theory by Nikola Stojanovic. Purple Raven. I don't know if I've read it. Pepper with the 1 rose. Appreciate you. You're back for more. We're over here on the tube having a blast. Come on over. Shishi, you're here. Wonderful. Thank you for the rhythmic comment. It's helpful. Aries Sun. All right, let's get you in here. I got a little bit of erasing to do. Pepper Ange, yes. You're psychic. Come on over. You're going to love it. This, for those who have already gone or you haven't gone, if you're here, right, I have your rising sign as a video. You can check out that video and come back if you're a ways away. Or, this is what I advise, you look at your astrological chart. You grab your astrological chart for these to start conceptualizing how to put these pieces of the puzzle together when it comes to understanding and delineating the intricacies of the astrological chart. Probably got a 1/16 of an inch of eraser shavings on the ground here. Do you have videos on aspects? Pepper Ange, I don't have videos on aspects, but I will write that down in my little notes over here. Thank you so much. Skip Pool, S2K Pool Guy, welcome. Come on over. It's okay, I'll still take your time. You don't have to, Pepper Ange. I don't want you to do anything you don't want to do. Tweety Pie Baby, you're not next. Shishi's next. An interview with. You cleaned off your fingers. Now you come back now. See this? Do you see this? Lohana, I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, perfect. An interview with. Thank you so much. Shishi, I'm going to scoop up an interview with. An interview with. You got to be a little quicker than that. I see you. We got people in the queue. Boom and pop. Did I do that? Yada, yada, yada. Taurus Sun, Gemini Moon, Leo Rising. Taurus Sun, Gemini Moon, Taurus Sun, Gemini Moon. Shishi is an Aries Sun, Pisces Moon, and a Cancer Rising. Okay, an interview with. Thank you so much for being rhythmic. Hey Jesse, how are you? Welcome. Moon and Aquarius rising. You're quite the intuitive one. Christy Sergio, welcome. We're over here on YouTube having a blast. Neptune, Purple Raven. We're over here on the tube having a blast. Pure Joy Sunshine. Love the follow. Appreciate you. Tweety Pie, if you put your big 3 in the comments, you will be placed on the list. If you scroll back, Tweety Pie, you'll see yourself on the list. You're at least 3 or 4 as of now. Okay, so let's get to here an interview with. An interview with, this is your chart here. Don't mind these little scratchings, these symbols over here. This is just my little list that I'm doing here. Okay? And so we have Leo on the ascendant here. One of the features for this eclipse season, right, is Libra, the eclipse. This is where it all started, you know, with the mindset and communication here, right? It leads up to the full moon in Taurus in the 10th house, which points to the career, the reputation. Boom, bam, pop. Now, currently right now as we speak, the sun is in Scorpio, right? So we're in a phase of the roots, the home, and the family life. We talked about this last time. I don't know if you remember. But the sun is here, Mercury is here, and Mars is here. There's a need for understanding. There's some directness and possibly frustration in the family unit and relations in the household, right? Or very busy in that regard. And so there's a connection with the fourth house, Sag, Cap, Aquarius, Pisces, and shared resources with the moon here. Now, ever since last night, what's the channel? The channel is Lab Coat Astrologer, formerly known as Crisscross. Christy, pardon me, I don't remember. It sounds familiar though, but the channel is Lab Coat Astrologer. You'll find it. It should pop up immediately. Lohan is up after Shishi. Ganja Queen, appreciate you. An interview with, talk to me. I know you're here. Does that resonate with you so far? Ganja Queen, appreciate you. Be sure to follow Ganja Queen, subscribe to Ganja Queen. She's doing an excellent job. There's nothing wrong with saying thank you, Ganja Queen. Appreciate you. Keeping this thing running, moving like a well-oiled machine. Trying to figure out how to put my big three in. I subscribed. Christy, it's on YouTube, love. I don't know if you heard me. I don't know if I was clear. Okay, I think an interview with is still here. And I fixed the comments too, just to let you know. I know in the past I had, it was such a long gap for the comments, but I've actually fixed it. I changed it to 1 second, so the comments should be able to come through a lot quicker. For those who are wondering, or for those who are waiting. I learned a lesson. I told you each live gets better with time. From the mobile millennial here. I'll figure it out. Okay, if you're on the mobile, then you should be able to locate the comments, no? On the mobile phone? Okay, an interview with, if you can comment, just to let us know that you're still here. Because we have your chart up here. If not, we're moving to Shishi. Christy, you gotta look for the comments. There you go. I think that's you. I think you figured it out. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So, where I left off was the Sun, Mercury, Mars in the fourth house, leading up to the career, the reputation, opportunities in the workplace. Right, and or with the work position. But currently right now there's a connection between fourth house matters and the sharing of resources, other people's money and whatnot, and setting some boundaries there a little bit is what it looks like. Joint finances is the 8th house, and family matters and the security within side of the home. It also points to the comforts. You know, I find that when the sun transits through the 4th house, the home life and the family matters become significant for Leo risings mostly, but it also can be for Leo sun signs as well. We can overlap that. We can do an overlay there, honestly. Boom and pop. Where am I on the list? Jupiter, you're coming up. We got like 4. I think there's like 4 or 5 ahead of you. We're moving rhythmically. An interview with, I appreciate you. I'm keeping it moving here. We got a full house in here this evening. If you just got here, we're doing Big 3 astrology plus your Big 3 astrology plus transits. Boom and pop. Thank you for your patience. If you can stay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Let's see. I'm looking for Shishi. I got Shishi already. I got Shishi right here. Let's go over here to the transits. This chart here is a copy. Super A, welcome. How are you? This chart here is the transits, the current position of the transits. Did I switch it? No? Yeah, switched. There's a little delay on my end too. I can see the delay a little bit. I can see the Super A, thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. Good to see you. How's school? Doing good? Super A, you're on the team again. Thank you for the heart me. I'm doing a little erasing right now. Shishi, let us know. Holler at us. Give us a heart, something in the emojis. Let us know you're here. I'm preparing the chart for you. But this is a chart. The chart that you're looking at is a chart of the transiting moment. And the moon is currently in Pisces. It just rounded about Saturn here. About 12 hours ago. Working hard, can't stay long. I know. Keep working hard. You're doing good. Subscribe to my YouTube. Smash the subscription button ever so gently. And get those grades going. You're doing good. All right, we got Cancer rising. We got the sun in Aries. And we have the moon in Pisces. So this is a learning place. Let's get to you. Yep, I'm here. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Boom, bam, pop. What are those, 3 squares? Is that for the Trinity? Sacred Infinity Energy Empress. Wow, what a name. Like what you did there. My first time catching me on. Awesome. Welcome. If you enjoy the live, like it. Smash the subscription button ever so gently. You come to the perfect place. Wow, makes sense. Boom, bam, pop. An interview with. Thank you for the confirmation. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Sweet sugar, hot spice. Yes, all of those condiments. Absolutely. Red hot, please. Not Tabasco. Red hot. Red hot, please. All right, Sacred Infinite Energy Empress, Capricorn. Love it. One of my favorite zodiac signs. Put all 3, put your big 3 in there. Lohana, you are appreciated. Thank you for commenting that. It helps. Thank you so much. All right, boom, bam, pop. Shishi, you're in here. And thank you so much for your patience. I'm talking a little too much, I know. Thank you for your patience, especially as an Aries. Aries usually, you know, they get sometimes, right? However, let's jump right to the meat of this thing. Shall we? Shall we? Yes, we shall. Okay, so Cancer rising is here. For those who know, if for those who don't know, now you do know. The ascendant sign, synonymous with the rising sign, for those that didn't know. Boom and pop. Wonderful, you're on the list. Sacred Infinite Energy Empress. But that's the most powerful name I've seen in a while. Cancer on the ascendant. Now, I don't know if you remember before, but I talked about how the moon is the ruler of your chart. One of the reasons why the emotions and the moods swing. They say it is said, I even say sometimes, that El Mujeran, thank you for the high bear. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Come on over. You're going to love it over here. We're having a party. Like I was saying, they say, it is said, I say, we say, that Cancer risings, sun, moon, and rising signs can be moody. You know, the moods fluctuate. Now, this is one of the reasons that I think so, is because the moon moves so quickly in the course of a day. Approximately 13 degrees and 20 arc minutes, approximately 2.5 days to go through one zodiac sign. You see, thus the fluctuation of the moods swinging. And so for Cancer risings, suns, moons, risings of Cancers, The moons have fluctuated and shifted to Pisces, which points to the house of travel and transportation, right? Saturn, which is a transit that's visiting Pisces, makes it challenging a little bit in connection to transportation and or philosophy and schooling and transportation in general, and the ability to move about freely. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so there's some maturity, there's some lessons that are learned through and by travel and through schooling. But it also points to an understanding, a solid. I got one of the characteristics for Capricorn is solid. Solid as a rock. I don't know how that sounded with the music. I can't really hear the music. But anywho, when the moon is in Pisces, it brings for, our understanding, our growth, our inner guru. This could even be a place of wisdom even. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. There's a higher vibratory frequency, there's a lower vibratory frequency when it comes to the astrologics, if you will. Okay? And so the love life is what I'm going to zoom into, because this is a theme, and the thought and the want for love, and as well as recreation and the drive for love too. This is one of the key mottos of Scorpio is I desire, I crave, if you will. This makes for to go after what it is that is ever so deep in the heart, what you hold close and dear to your heart. I got a sound effect, but it's not available right now. Right? It also points to children and love life and affairs, love affairs, if you will, if that be the case, or interests. Right? It also points to talents and creativity as well, which becomes to be a highlight. Are you with me? So the new moon in Libra, the ring of fire, what set this thing off, even though it's passed on October 14th, it was family matters, which started. I don't know if you remember that from last time, but I shared that. I don't know if you remember. Lucy, welcome. We're doing Your Big 3 plus astrology over here on YouTube. You're more than welcome to come on over. You're going to love it. So it was the living circumstances, and that momentum from the living and the beginnings in the relationships and the balance of the relationships and equilibrium in the home and with the roots in the family waxes or builds, the beat builds all the way to friendships. Oh, yeah, Jupiter's there too. We can do Jupiter. The full moon here. Friendships, collaborations, networking, long-term goals, even in regards to your finances and your values and the valuing of friends and whatnot. Boom, bam, blip, if you will. Does that connect with you? Does that resonate with you? Oh, I didn't mean to send you that invite. Ignore it. Yes, I have Jupiter there also in Taurus. Oh, you have a Jupiter? Let's go with the Jupiter in Taurus. So that's even, we can draw 2 Jupiters that look like the number 2 there in Taurus there for you. That's what you call a Jupiter return. Now, not all Jupiter returns are big. It does bring a little bit more ease to the life and some fortune there. When it comes to friendships and someone willing, hey, Shishi, you would be perfect for this position. Oh yeah, that's cool. I was just looking for something like that. Boop. Right? So the 5th house doesn't only have to be love and intimacy and all the watery stuff. It can also point to the creativities, like I said, the talents, and you to be able to express yourself and have a significant drive. They say in Vedic astrology, the 5th house has connections and ties to the mind and the mindset, right? And the ability to be in the right place at the right time, ever so energetically with that. Boom, bam, pop. Mars, not for nothing, Mars is a planetary ruler in your astrological chart as an Aries sun. right? I don't know if I've shared this with you before, but it places you in positions of authority, if you will. Whoa, pardon me, I didn't mean to do that. All right, we're gonna hang this up for the moment. I will be back. Shishi, congratulations. Take a peek, have a look-see. What I would do is I would look to see where your Jupiter is at exactly by degree, because we can extract some dates from that thing. And we can see how good and how sweet this full moon in Taurus is. But if you're into degrees, have a gander at that. Definitely practicing my talents of my psychic nature. Let's go, Shishi, with the psychics. You know, the moon in Pisces, really quick, and then we're gonna get to the next reading. The moon in Pisces before the new moon, you were born before a new moon, right? We know this because the sun was in Aries and the moon was in Pisces. It was losing light. It was getting ready to, you know, the sun and the moon were ready to become one in Aries, which has to do with taking the lead. But with the moon in the 12th house of the sun, how this works here with this phasing, if you will, this is, when it comes to learning and philosophies and stuff like that, sometimes you can see, I want to say bad stuff. Sometimes you see bad stuff for other people and you know that they're really not going to be able to do anything with it. You just have to observe it. It's like you get this whole picture and this image, you know. I guess it can be beneficial because you have foresight in that regard, and you can, you know, share it with someone, perhaps help them if they choose to listen, but you can't make them listen. You can only share it with them. You know, in essence, I wasn't laughing at that, but I was just laughing with it. All right, thank you for your patience. Let's keep it pushing. Who's having a good time in here? Who's having a good time in here? Let's get to the list. Who's after Shishi? Lohana is next after Shishi. I encourage you to smash the subscription button if you're enjoying the live. Put positive affirmations in the comments if you like. You know, you're more than welcome to do that. Check out the lab coat that I have there, you know, in the description. There's all kinds. I've been calling them trick-or-treat goodies, little Halloween snacks and goodies. There's really no snacks there. I'm just using that as a term to connect to the description on my channel. You know, there's all kinds of ways to donate to the lab coat community and to stay tapped in if you ever so like. Kiera Moody, wonderful, thank you. Just Your Luck, 45, welcome. Appreciate you. Let me see who's next in the Mamma Jamma. Thank you for your patience. Okay, we got Shishi. Shishi, thank you for sharing as well. I appreciate you. You're always welcome. Okay, let me see here. It looks like we need another system to this list. Gotta be another way. I haven't cracked the case yet. Okay, we got Shishi. Kiera Moody, it looks like to me. That's the only thing that I'm lacking is the order. Okay, so Kiera is a Leo rising. Virgo sun, and a moon in Aries. Did I get a Maya? A Maya. Kiera, are you still here? It looks like Kiera and then a Maya. And then Murad, if you're still here. Did I skip you, Lohana? Oh, you have it written down? Huh. Oh, Lohana's next. Do you see Kiera in there? Kiera Moody? I'm supposed to be behind Lohana. Because when I look back, I seen Kiera. Maybe I made a mistake. It happens. Yeah, it says Kiera put on behind Shishi. We just did Shishi. When I go back on the list, it looks like the thing about this comment thing is that you if you scroll back, you can't see everything right there. It's a work of art. It's a work of boom, 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 boom. All right. Okay, Kiera is up. Perfect. Kiera and then Tweety Pie after Lohana. So it's Kiera, Lohana, then Tweety Pie. Can y'all see I can see your comments. They're just a delay sometimes. That's all. I see them. Lohana sees them. Tweety Pie said thanks. Kiera says I see them. Yes, we see them. Okay, Kiera's up. Wonderful. Boom and pop. What time do we got? We got 11 o'clock. Ganja, thank you for that little list there. Now I can look for your comment there. Okay, we gotta do first we gotta change this date here, or the time. It's not 10:30 anymore, it's 11. Kiera, you are an Aries, a Leo rising. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Got you. Leo is, they say, it is said, we say, I say, sometimes, that Leo is expressive. It's the most giving, in a sense. In regards to the love, it's similar to the sun. We're approaching Leo on the ascendant if you're in the East Coast. Maybe if I can do this here. Can I do this? Can I help out? No, I can't do that. It's gonna take away from my Wi-Fi. My juice, my stream juice. I need stream juice here. All right, thank you so much for your patience. Leo on the ascendant. How did that Venus retrograde that was in Leo for 5 months do you? Did you fall in love or what? Inquiring minds want to know. Or was it more of a pouring into yourself with Venus on the ascendant so long like that, showering you with its beauty? There. Kiera, talk to us. Inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Leo in the first house with all Leo risings, essentially. And whatever planets you have in Leo, even. Right? We got you. So we got Leo rising. We got the sun in Virgo. Leo, Virgo in the second house. Ooh, the bag, the money. Don't mess with Kiara's money. Sag, Aries in the ninth house. A teacher at that. Potentially. Let's look. Let's see. We got Cancer on the ascendant. The moon is at 11 degrees. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, so this is what we got here. We got Leo rising. Venus was here. So, not for nothing or for something, we got Venus by transit in Virgo here, which brings some fruits to the pocket, to the resources and the acquisition power a little bit. One of the main themes is the living conditions, it looks like, and more communication and directness and busyness in the house and the living and the relations within the home and the family. Now, at the same time that you're trying to find this peace of mind ever since this ring of fire solar eclipse in the third house Libra. You know, so it brings a connection over the course of the past 35 days. It's a connection between brothers, sister, cousins, close relatives, or the memory thereof, and experiences, or friends who are like brothers and sisters, neighbors even. You know, what transpires with this new moon ring of fire, leading up to your career, this full moon, lunar eclipse where Jupiter is. So I say that for Leo risings, I say in a nutshell that, you know, we're at a point now where it leads up to, you know, the career. Currently right now, the moon is in Pisces where Saturn is, so today might have brought some lessons in connection to the sharing of resources, you know, and other people's money, and the need for a contribution on behalf of the partner. Boom and pop. Over the past day. Correct me if I'm wrong. How does that resonate with you? Into me? What do you mean into me, Kiara? What do you mean into me? Yeah, you put into me. I was wondering what into me was. Excuse me. Maybe it was just a typo. Pouring into me. Okay, thank you. Pouring into you. But in addition here, the pouring is good. The pouring is a good thing. I think it had, over the course of the last 5 months, a lot of pouring into yourself. Now that the moon is in, or excuse me, that Venus by transit is in Virgo in the second house, it not only points to the finances and the financial well-being, but it points to, you know, your values, you know, and valuing yourself even, right? And so there's some type of connection with, you know, your mindset in order for you to feel valued, or, you know, your worth, for your worth to be acknowledged. It has a lot to do with your confidence and your mindset, you know, leading up to your career and your public image. Even if there's no increase, no raise, or no recognition that transpires, it does have a lot to do with mindset and the way that you communicate in the public atmosphere in connection to your business or who it is that you work for. Yes, the Venus retrograde, that was about 5 or 6, the duration of Venus in Leo. Lohana, she's being mysterious. That's fine. Okay, that's what I have for you, Kiara. I'm glad that you're pouring into yourself. Stack some of that bread up there while Venus is in the second house. That's a sweet spot, conjunct your sun sign. There. That's a nice little addition there. Boom, bam, pow. All right. Let me scroll back here. Ganja Queen, Sakira's up. Tweety Pie after Lohana. Okay, Lohana. Lohana, can you put your big 3 in there while you're there, if you don't mind? Kiera, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. Be sure to smash the subscription button if you're into astrological insights. I don't really want you guys to see me erasing. It's kind of corny, boring. If you like it, I'll keep it up, but it's good to have a gander at these transits. Repetition is one of the keys to comprehending the astrological chart. You see this blue lines here? These blue lines, it kind of connects Saturn and the moon in Pisces and Sun, Mercury, and Mars in Scorpio. This is a pretty big feature right now with the emotions and the mood swings and the going with the flow. You know, it's easy for subconscious connections and things of the past, familiar, if you will, with this water energetic between Scorpio. You know, Scorpio is the depths, and Pisces is the changeability of the emotions as a mutable sign, if you will. So how easy the emotions can fluctuate based on the thoughts. Interesting. Can be carried. The emotions can be carried through thought, even. Look at that. You know, it's going to be interesting play here for Scorpio leading into this new moon even, and wherever you have Scorpio at, because, you know, I haven't gotten to it yet, but this new moon that's coming up inside of Scorpio is another feature too. I don't want to get too carried away. I don't want to, you know, overwhelm you with astrologics, because it's easy to happen every once in a while. I do that, but you're definitely going to want to stay tapped in. Okay, Lohana, did you put your big 3 in there? Let's see. Add just your luck. You're up after Tweety Pie. Lohana, thank you. Is that Sun, Moon, Rising? Pisces on the ascendant? Oh, look at that, Lohana. You get the Pisces on the rise there. So caring and compassionate you are. So caring and compassionate, although that's starting to harden up a little bit. Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer in the 5th house. When I say harden up, it's not like you're no longer this sensitive and compassionate person, but, you know, it requires, or this is a rhythmic cycle where the rhythm and the ebb and the flow points more to the setting of boundaries and self-discipline, if you will, with Saturn. Let's zoom on over here real quick. Saturn in Pisces here. And so this moon in Pisces for the past 12 hours, depending on where you are in the world, you know, points to the self. You started reflecting, you know, more on the self. And I'm not going to say you're not being as nice, but there's some lessons there. There's some, you know, a little bit more hesitant to give all of yourself. And this is a theme that plays out over the course of the next 2 years. And whenever the moon is in Pisces, it's a way in which to identify or keep track of, or a marker for your progress in that regard. Aquarius moon. So I would say that this stems all the way back from childhood. You know, it may not have had the best relations with the mom or the grandmother or the mother figure. With the moon in the 12th house, there was some detachment issues there, if you will. And as a matter of fact, over the course of 2020 and 2022, there were some significant shifts and growth in regards to the way in which you controlled your emotions about the past and whatnot, and da-da-da-da-da. Oh, Aquarius rising. So I made a mistake. Okay, so Aquarius rising, Pisces moon. I knew I should have checked that, because usually when people put Cancer, Aquarius, Pisces, or when they put it in that order, it's usually sun, moon, rising. I assumed. See what happens when you assume? You see how that happens? I enjoy making mistakes, though. This is one of the ways in which to get better at this stuff. That's how we get better. So scratch all that I just said. Scratch all that. Because Aquarius on the ascendant and Pisces on the ascendant is different. That was something that you experienced. The 2020, between 2020 and 2022 was accurate there. Okay. Okay, let's do this again. Repitan. Aquarius on the ascendant. Aquarius rising, Pisces moon. I should have asked first. Pisces moon. So there's a lunar return going on there. What am I missing? I'm missing the sun sign. So the sun sign's got to be Cancer. Okay. So Pisces. So Cancer would be in the 6th place. The sun would be in Cancer here. And I noticed that when the sun sign and the moon sign are in the same element, water, the emotions and the feelings are even more pronounced, not only because the sun is in Cancer. This looks like a helping out of the father or the grandfather, if you will. And there's an interest in healthcare. This is where you shine in healing people with foods, healthy foods and healthy eating and the such. And you're promised to, experience that and express that at your core. Family is also very important, and the health of the family is important. And the connection with the teaching people about values and what to value, if you will. Between 2020 and 2022, you went through a little mini depression, if you will. That's what we're talking about there. Congratulations there on that. For making it through the storm, right? Scorpio is the 10th house. So there's some irritations a little bit and frustrations in connection to the career, the work, and the place of work, and or the tasks have picked up significantly when it comes to the work and the workplace. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So Libra is here in the 9th house. So the ring of fire brought a certain form of education and an inner guru within you, or for you to come across gurus. And you to become a student, if you will, and there's some advancement and some wisdom that's starting, that's activated. I wonder if you went back to school or you took a training class or something, right? However, it's the 9th house that's a highlight that starts, that's new beginnings ever since October 14th. Now the sun is in Scorpio, it points to the career, the reputation, the work, the business, leading up to Pisces, Aries, Taurus. The 4th house, the living conditions. For security when it comes to the living conditions. And there's benefits there through the home, the living. Did you get a new house or something? Boom, bam, pop. Sacred and infinite energy empress. You like that boom, bam, bip. Let's go. Lohana, talk to me. Has there been some improvements to the living condition ever since the spring? And perhaps we're looking for to be showered with some of that coming up to this full moon on Saturday. Boom, bam, blip. Moving on Saturday, well, I'll be, god damn it, lab coat, excuse me, I didn't mean to offend nobody. Slip of the tea, slip of the tongue. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Excuse me. Congratulations on your move. Hopefully it's a bigger place like you've wanted. Hopefully it's a bigger place like you've wanted. There's a need for more elbow room in the house. A little. All right, enough of the bell. All right, lab coat, you're done. All right. I'll pull the muscle in my neck for laughing. Settle down, lab coat. Settle down. I appreciate you. Yes, I finally will have more financial stability. stability with this moon. Well, let's go. Appreciate you. What else do I want to say to you? You know, your finances, I do want to say this though, with the flux and the flow on an ending note right here, right? Boom, pop. Over the course of the next 2 years, even though those financial, you know, this is good for home and the living. You know, there's a strong, I don't know how much to emphasize the strong part. Need to emphasize, you know, your balancing of your books, your finances, you know, and having a storehouse, kind of similar to squirrels, how squirrels prepare for the winter. They gather, you know, food. They gather food and they store it and tuck it in certain places for a winter day that, you know, where you can't go outside. You know, this is what's needed over the course of the next 2 years for you. You know, let between 2020 and 2022 be markers, you know, and the trials and tribulations potentially that you went through leading up to this point. And tuck a little bit here, a little bit there. It's investments. This is long-term investments, if you will. Or having a little stash in the shoebox, in the Nike box. Can you put your big three in? Tweety Pie's up next. Yes, big Tweety Pie. Can you put your big three in the comments? Thank you so much. Lohana, thank you so much. When you come back next time, Lohana, it's the sun sign, moon sign, rising sign. Lovely. We do the sun sign first. We acknowledge the sun, the center of the solar system, then the moon, which is the distributor of the sun's energy, and it's the rising sign where all of it comes out. Boom, bam, pow. This is the sun, moon, and rising, and it doesn't have to be in that order. I would like it to be in that order. If you can remember, it'd be awesome. It would help. It all helps. It all helps. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, moving on swiftly. If you're still here, bless your heart. Thank you so much for your patience. Sometimes this does take time. This does take time. But hopefully, this is adding value to somebody. If it's adding value to you, put a heart in the comments. Put a boom, bam, pop. Put a something in the comments. If you don't mind. If you're just listening, then no worries. You know, you don't have to. Hang out, chill, enjoy your coffee or your tea or your ice cream or your pizza or your ribeye or your steak or your cheese sandwich or your... All right, let's leave that alone. I'm getting hungry now. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, let's do this thing here. Boom and pop, Lohana, thank you. You're welcome to come back anytime, ask questions. Always doing live astrology. Sacred Infinity, thank you for putting your big three in there. Tweety Pie, gotcha. Who's after Tweety Pie? If you're still here, let us know. Talk to us. Closed mouth sometimes does not get fed. If we were in a bird's nest. I know we're not in a bird's nest, but the same theory applies. Applicable. I'm eating strawberries and blue. Get it? Okay. Please teach us how you do this. I got a protractor. Dream driven? I'm gonna do a video with the protractor. I am gonna do a video with the protractor. First things, what kind, real quick, what do you got, what kind of protractor you got? You got this kind? You got, wait a minute. You got this kind of protractor or you got this kind of protractor? What kind you got? I'm curious. I'm here. Just your luck. Welcome. Or thank you for your patience, rather. Dream driven, we will get this. We will get to that in another video. I should be coming up real soon. Sacred Infinity, okay. Tweety Pie is up. Tweety Pie, thank you. Let's get to Tweety Pie. You should be soon. If you guys scroll back and look and see who's next, you could help out by seeing the list there. We are going in order. For the record, on the record, let the record reflect. Sun, Cap, Moon. Libra rising. Okay? I'm confused. Rising Leo. Sun, Cap, Moon, Libra, Rising Leo. Got you. Tweety Pie, thank you so much. I picked up what you laid down there. Thank you so much. Leo on the ascendant. Is it a roar or a meow? I'm curious. Sun, Cap. It might be a roar. Leo has Capricorn in the 6th house. Ooh, hard worker. Ooh, you know, Tweety Pie, excuse me. I didn't mean to mix that up. No need for patience. This stuff is interesting. Thank you so much. Smash the subscription button ever so gently if you're enjoying the live. Thank you so much. Boom, bam, pop. Tweety Pie. Okay, we got you. Boom, bam, pop. Oh no, it's Libra. How did I mess that up? No, it's Rising Leo. It's Leo. It's Leo. Moon Libra. Whew. Settle down, lab coat. I wonder if you have a younger sister. Anywho, the sun in Capricorn in the 6th house. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We're gonna have to get a new sheet of paper here pretty soon. Anywho, so what comes to mind is this Venus retrograde that happened that was sitting on your ascendant with you pouring into yourself, like I said in the last Leo rising chart. The beautification of the self and loving the self and having these peaceful glasses on, you know, in regards to giving of love and being so giving, especially at the workplace here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Interesting. There's some goods in the workplace that have been experienced. Now, Venus is in Virgo in the 2nd house, so it has to do with the resources. Venus, there's some acquisition and turning that beauty into money and the acquisition of money. Interesting, muy interesante. This is a hard worker. You can't stop working though. There's like an addiction. I gotta work. I gotta stay busy. I got work to do. I don't have no time. I gotta. Between 2017 and 2020, you know, there's some significant changes to your health too. We can see that there. Through an aspect of tracking the rhythmic cycles. But let me stick to the point here. This moon, you see this moon here, this natal moon, this is where the moon was when you were born, right? The ring of fire was here in Libra in the 3rd house. So it pointed to new beginnings in regards to your mindset. As a Leo rising, it's confident. Leo rising is one of the most confident zodiac signs. But the new moon, ring of fire, solar eclipse, is another testimony that points to the need to be reminded and have this confident mindset on a day-to-day basis. Boom, bam, pop. Are you with me? Tweety Pie baby. Are you with me? You got to be with me. I assume you're with me. Okay, so what do we want to say here? We want to say that this sun in Scorpio, currently right now with Mercury in Scorpio and Mars in Scorpio, points to themes surrounding your living conditions. It points to your living conditions. I'm with you. Wonderful. Thank you for being with me. Okay, so there's, you know, now, so boom. Leo is a fixed zodiac sign. Scorpio is a fixed zodiac sign. So this month here is a little bit challenging for Leo risings. Leo sun, moon, and rising, especially Leo risings. Why do I say that, Lab Coat? Lab Coat says that because Scorpio is a fixed sign, Leo is a fixed sign, and it comes through and by matters of the home. Not only the family, but the relationships with inside of the home, the living conditions, right? Being mindful of the things that are said and the things that you say, and you know, being quick to talk. You know, there's perhaps some challenges through speaking too fast out of irritation and frustration. I'm just going to leave that there, right? But it does point to your roots, right? Leading up to the full moon in Taurus, which does bring quite the benefits to the workplace and or the career. Something big with the career. You Leo risings here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You know, what is it? Is this a new work position or something like that? Are you traveling on the account of work, or you just started is a manifesting a new business or something like that? Or increasing the financial position in some way, shape, or form. I really need to know where the natal Venus is at. But this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus in the 10th house that points to the career. Points to the career. And by transit with Venus and Virgo in the 2nd house, it plumps, it makes it bloop, it plumps up the pocket a little bit. Talk to me. Sacred Infinite Energy Empress, I love the heart. Appreciate you. Okay, we're waiting for Tweety Pie to respond. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's what I see for you. In that astrological chart. Let's reference back on, let's mosey on over here to this chart. Time is ticking. Doesn't time sure move so rhythmically when you're having fun? Wait a minute. I gotta edit the data real quick here for this. Why are you asking me to do that? Just, okay, perfect. Now it is 11:33. 29 degrees Cancer on the ascendant. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And Leo's on the ascendant. All right, starting a new business. Tweety Pie, well, I'll be. Let's go. Congratulations. Now, congratulations with that, right? And so this is a good thing. This is good with the moon at its exaltation. Don't go too overboard. You know, Jupiter's benefit, it's fortunate and it's goodness in regards to the career and the business, but don't go overboard with the expenses. You know, use discernment. I say discernment because Venus is in Virgo. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much, Tweety Pie. Be sure to smash the subscription button ever so gently. If you enjoyed the live, you're welcome to stay. Do what you want. I've caught the time at 11:22 and now 11:30 at 11:33. Let's go. Tweety Pie, congratulations with the business. What is the business? I'm curious. Well, I don't want to be nosy right now. We'll get to that. We'll stay tapped in. I also want to let y'all know that I have Instagram too. The letter T, LabCoat7. I want to share this with you real quick. Thank you for saying thank you to Ganja Queen too. In here, like swimwear. Moderating, awesome. Appreciate you, Ganja Queen. All right, who is next? I gotta scroll back to Ganja Queen. Just Your Luck is next. Third of the big three is Sun. Let me see. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, Just Your Luck is next. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Just Your Luck. If you can put your big three in there again, if you don't mind. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, bear with me a second. I gotta check nature, Mother Nature. Mother Nature's coming. All right, thank you for your patience. Mother Nature is good. She's good. She's loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. All right. Just your luck. Thank you for putting your info in the comments there. Gemini rising. Let's get it. They say, it is said, I say, we say. Gemini is. They say Geminis are liars. So I've heard that they say that Libras are liars, but then I hear Geminis are liars. But I think there's so much more to Gemini as an air sign that's connected to Libra and Aquarius. You know, Gemini in its rawest form is curious. It's quick-witted. You know, it has the ability to adapt to communication forms and understand. The curiosity runs rampant, wild at an early age. You know, I wonder if you're bilingual with the duality of Gemini and it being on the ascendant. I wonder if you know more than one language. At an early age, you perhaps dibbled and dabbled. If you don't know more than one language, I have found that it points to someone who can be very flexible in their communication. You know, you might be able to speak slang here and then clean it up and speak proper over here or something like that, like a ba-da-ba-ba-ba in regards to the communication. You know, it's an avid, it's the reading and the writing, you know, look me in the eye when I'm talking to you type thing when you're growing up between the mom, father, grandfather. And that may run through many homes and households, possibly, strong possibility, depending on what area you come from. Depending. This is the Gemini nature, and Mercury is actually the chart ruler for your chart. This is Gemini, the twins. It looks like Roman numeral 2. And it's Mercury. I just kind of messed that up with that underline. Mercury is the planet that rules your chart. So when it comes to planetary rulerships, we're going to get to that in another video. But it's muy importante to know the chart ruler. It stands out. It sticks out. It's pretty potent. It's pretty powerful in regards to and connecting and correlating to your personal self, you personally, I have found. And so, you have the sun in Taurus. You know what? I've done a lot of charts in the past couple of days, I think, with is it the sun or the moon in the 12th house? Well, naturally, when you get to doing so many charts, of course, you're going to have some overlaps. But the moon in the 12th house is a stubborn mother, a mom, or the mother figure is stubborn, right? But not only that, because it's in the 12th house, the stubbornness becomes an irritation, even. Right? And it's the withholding that the moon does very, very good in Taurus, but when it's in the 12th house, it might still be good, have its goodness because it's exalted, but it still brings some, grudges and some secret sorrows in connection to the mom and finances and money and possessiveness and stubbornness and, resistant to change. The resistance to the mother's ability to change their ways. Anywho, it also connects to your ability to be empathic with the moon in Pisces house, not for nothing. Right? And this is the valuing the privacy and valuing the solitude. This is someone who needs. The moon points to our needs, and it being exalted in Taurus, you must have a break in being in privacy for long periods of time. Oh, with the moon in Scorpio, sun in Taurus, moon in Scorpio, ideo me. I see, full moon. Okay, so now here's the kicker. Wait a minute, it's the sun in Taurus. Okay, so it was the sun in Taurus, moon in Scorpio. Okay, boom, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Watch this. So Scorpio, the moon in Scorpio doesn't do the best here. It just doesn't. And it's because the intensity of the emotions are extreme. When the moon is a caring, nurturing, it's like, oh, you need some help? Scorpio's like, no. Scorpio's turns on its intensity of emotion, if you will. And it's a secondary testimony it's a testimony to the mother. It might not be as bad because it's not in the 12th house. This is more the father figure. in the 12th house, and some of the secret sorrows with the father, and then the disconnection there through finances. But the moon in Scorpio in the 6th house is taking care of the mother, and there's, you know, a little bit of a little grudge there, some grudges in connection with the mom. And so over the course of the past year and a half, you've actually grown significantly. Bell for you, congratulations in regards to discovering how to renew, you know, yourself, not only physically, but also psychologically, and the controlling of your emotions and your feelings that you have for your mother and your family. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Some big changes there. Now, the sun comes back here. We got the sun, Mercury, and Mars in the 6th house here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So it kind of brings some of the flare-ups for you to be reminded. You know, don't forget it. You can't forget it. We're not going to forget it. We're always going to remember it, right? And allow some of the irritations and the frustrations and the angers to point to some of your growth. You know, this sun in Scorpio, sun, Mercury, and Mars in Scorpio here brings a lot to the mind, you know, and the details and the specifics. You know, I would say running exercises is muy important, very important to you. What does it mean when a planet rules your chart? It means it becomes a highlight. You're 100% correct. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And so this full moon leading up to, okay, dream driven, Mercury is the planetary ruler in her chart. So Mercury becomes to be a planet that's important, just like the sun in Taurus and the moon in Scorpio is what it is. If we were to locate where Mercury was in her chart, it would tell a little bit more about her personal self. Now, while you're talking about that, Mercury is the ruler of the chart, and so Mercury's over here in Scorpio. So personally, she's thinking about her health and her hygiene, both physically as well as mentally, and to an extreme nature, right? Based solely on her ability to heal, you know, from circumstances with the mom and what's gone on for the past year and a half. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And so the full moon is happening here in Taurus in the 12th house. You know, so the highlight is the reflecting and going back. And, you know, they also say that the 12th house is a place of debts to God, like what you owe, you know. And perhaps it is you owe yourself time to reflect on and look at some of the things and the values, even though there may be grudges held from the mom. This is what I think. Mom, grandmother, mother figure over the course of the past year and a half, you know, you owe it to yourself to reflect on the values that have played, you know, what values the mom did play, even though it wasn't maybe the best, possibly, I'm guessing, astrologically speaking. Does that resonate with you? Just Your Luck? It's interesting that your name is Just Your Luck and your sun sign is Taurus and Jupiter is here, because Jupiter is actually a planet that brings much insight and wisdom, you know, through the ability to ponder and be in solitude and make this tap into your subconscious and make some transformations and changes. And this month, this next 28 days, 28 days is kind of connects to the past year and a half and last year around this time. And the healing and the transforming from, you know, caterpillar to monarch butterfly. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, that's what I have for you, Just Your Luck. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Just Your Luck, thank you so much. Good question. I heard that Saturn, in Vedic astrology, Saturn does well in the 12th house. I don't use Vedic astrology too much as of late, but that's one thing that sticks in my head. And because in Vedic astrology, Saturn does good in the 12th house, it caused me to look and reflect on Saturn being the planet of structure and discipline and our lessons, you know, when we ponder and reflect and look on ways in which to improve and create a more structured, firm, integral position. You know, sturdy is Saturn. Respectful. You know, respecting the process. Respecting the fact that there are some losses. And moving forward with it, not letting it weigh you down. Saturn in the 12th, possibly. It's interesting. All right, who's next? Just Your Luck, thank you. You're always welcome to come back. Be sure to smash the subscription button ever so gently. Or however you want. Like the live. We got 14 likes. Let's go. Let's get it. I really didn't want you guys to watch me erase it. I meant to go to this transit chart right here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Sacred Infant Energy Empress. You said you've been watched 7 readings. There were a lot though. I'm just saying. Let me look. Lo and behold, you might be even up right now. Sacred, you're after Jupiter. Okay, Sacred, so you are on the list. You're after Jupiter. Jupiter's up, I assume. And Jupiter, thank you for putting your big 3 back in there. Is that Sag Rising? I like the double arrow thing that you got going on there. Sagittarius on the ascendant. Gemini Sun. Taurus Moon. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. How do I join the list? Dream Doll. You put your big 3 in the comments. You put your big 3 in the comments. And we're using this chart here for a reference. These are the transits, okay? So without further ado, Sagittarius on the ascendant, one of the most adventurous signs. Jupiter is the planetary ruler. I find that when the sun is in the 7th house, it points to a place of relationships. The father or the father figure is all in your relationships, who you with, you know, both intimate and serious and, you know, friends and whatnot when it comes to the 7th house. It looks like there's some duality when it comes to relationships, whether it be, you know, 2 people liking you at the same time or you having to make a decision between 2, even with the sun in Gemini. It even makes you somewhat of a counselor with Gemini in the 7th house, right? The sun shines in relationships and contract work, if you will. Now the moon in Taurus, you were born just before a new moon, which increases this energetic of relationships and the importance of communication in relationships. So important, right? Between 2015 and 2017, I know I went back that far, but there were some significant changes in regards to your personal self there. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So the sun is in Scorpio here now with Mercury in Aries. And I want to share with you and say, as Sagittarius rising, don't beat yourself up. Don't be so hard on yourself with Mars and Scorpio when it comes to self-improvement. It's a process. I just wanted to share that with you. You know, I recognize that the sun, Mercury, and Mars opposes the moon in the 6th house, which is the house of health, both physical and psychological well-being. Mind, body, and soul, they say the 6th house has it connected to Virgo, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, which is where the full moon is, right? And so it says to have some grace with yourself in regards to your health, right? It looks like the ring of fire solar eclipse has brought some friendships or some associations, people that maybe assist and lend a hand, right? Maybe it comes through and by the workplace because Venus is there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dream Doll, I see you. Scorpio rising, you've done well. You're on the list. You're in. Morpheus says you're in. Morpheus, she's in. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I know that was a little quick, but just your luck. Did you follow me on that one, or was that too quick? Jupiter, been pushing myself too hard. Well, stop. You stop that. Or you can still push yourself hard, because even me saying stop, you're still going to push yourself hard. You know, it is said, they say, I say, even I say sometimes, with the moon in the 6th house here, with the moon in the 6th house here, it's a hard worker. You know, planets in the 6th house is hard work. You know, I don't doubt that. It's a lot of work. Jupiter there is a lot, but there's benefits through hard work. I get it, right? But, you know, with the sun in the 12th house, it's a process. It is a process. I just want to say that it's a process, and just have some grace with yourself. You know, allow yourself to take some breaks and appreciate the small little wins. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You know, we do that a little bit here. We inspire and we celebrate the small wins. You know, and that comes through rest too, not for nothing and for something, because the 12th house points to a place of self-improvement and the subconscious and the rest and the downloads that are received with the rest and the healthy eating. You know, if you've been eating a lot of fast food, you know, maybe have a couple salads, maybe do a fasting or something like that. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Burning the candle at both ends. You see? Easy. Dream Doll, you're welcome. Appreciate you. In here like swimwear. Jupiter, I appreciate you for sharing. Smash the subscription bell, or the subscription button ever so gently. If you'd like a deeper analysis of your chart, there's a website and the lab coat there. Everyone, be sure to check out the lab coat there. All kinds of ways in which to contribute to the community and be a part of the community. We have a Patreon every Sunday, Zoom live. You'll love it there. It's not on YouTube, but we do it there. All the links are in the description on my page, my channel. Sacred Infinite, you're in. Appreciate you with the emojis. Did you put your big 3 back in there? Put it back in there just because. Put it in there. Thank you so much for your patience. The one, Sacred Infinite, Empress, Dragons. Energy Empress, excuse me. I don't know where the dragons came from. I was flowing there. I was goddamn flowing there. Excuse me for my verbiage. I'm working on it. Each live gets better with time. It just gets better with time. Who sings that song? No, maybe too aged for that song in here. It's all good. It's all good. Moon in Pisces, what does this mean for you? Sun in Scorpio, let's get it. What do we have there? Capricorn Sun, the most patient. Natal Venus in Aquarius. Okay, you're confusing me. Sun, Capricorn Sun, Aries Moon. Okay, let's get that. Sag Rising. Oh, we could have kept that. That last reading was pretty much you, kinda. Similar. Some resonance, a little bit. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh no, it's Aries Sun. Made a mistake again. I enjoy making mistakes with the chart. It's one of the benefits to doing charts by hand. Capricorn, wait a minute, I'm messing up. No, that's right. Capricorn Sun, Aries Moon. Okay, perfect. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries. And the 5th house. Ooh, I can see that impatience a little bit there with you. Not for nothing. And for something. With the moon in Aries. Dun, 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 dun. I wish I had my sound effect. But Aries is the leader. It takes the lead. It's very competitive here in the 5th house. You know, whether you compete with others or you compete with yourself or you got a little competition, bet you can't get there first type thing, right? With Sagittarius on the ascendant sign, Sag, harmonious with the moon in Aries in the 5th house. You know, this is also a willing to defend for love and the defensiveness of the heart. Ping! Blades drawn, Aries, the leader, right? Plus with the sun in Capricorn. I made a mistake here. I know we got 2 moons here. Wait a minute, bear with me. We got to come in here. So the sun, and don't mess with her money at all. Leave it. Don't you touch it. Get out of there. You know, I say that because the 2nd house is the house or the compartment, the area of life that has to deal with the money, the finances, and the values. They say, it is said, I say. And so what the sun is there. You learned it probably from the father or the father figure. You've seen something when you were younger. It stemmed from the youth, right? It's also someone who works hard for their money as well. This is also the moon in Taurus. I said that, working hard for the money. Taurus in the 6th, work hard for the money. Taurus and Capricorn in the 2nd house is a work. Capricorn, hard. Capricorn for the money. Sun and where you shine. You're probably good at accounting. I wonder if you dealt with any accounting or finances or taxes or something like that. You're good with numbers, like human calculator or math. Interesting. Let me know. Talk to me. Double tap for likes if you just joined. Welcome. Come to the perfect place if you're into astrology. We're having a blast over here. I work hard for my... All right, let me leave that alone. And so what has happened here, I'm going to dig back in the past a little bit because you've been so patient. I have something for you. Watch this. Between 2015 and 2017, major life change. Major life change. And then after that, from 2017 to 2020, it was your finances. Right? And then from 2020, 2022, it's getting your mind right. And now we're working on a place to stay. We're working on getting some elbow room with our living conditions now. We need a bigger place. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm good at remembering numbers. Okay, talk to me. Ganja Queen with the rockets. Very hard. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. You work hard for your money. Talk to me. Sacred Infinite Energy Empress. She said 100%. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So with the sun currently right now, you're the last reading that I shared with the Sagittarius rising. This kind of butt-up, this kind of, let me leave that butt-up pile. I'm starting to love that too much. All right, anyway. Pardon me, I didn't mean to hurt anybody's eardrums. So the sun in Scorpio with Mercury in Scorpio and Mars in Scorpio is also the beating of the self up. You and the who was that? What is that? What was it? Jupiter? You and Jupiter. Beating yourself up. Take it easy on yourself, huh? Let's get some rest. Let's get some R&R is what they call it. Boom, bam, pop. Let's get some rest and relaxation. Let's reflect. You know, they say pressure bust. Let me leave that. What did I want to say? What I wanted to say was, and in this, is that the 12th house is like the last phase before you begin into this newness, this new energy. You know, the transition from the 12th house to the 1st house. Sensitive place. It kind of symbolizes like March 21st, like spring. Even though it's not the spring, energetically, because it's the ascendant. And it points to the newness to the personality, you know, and a newness of self. When the sun is in Sagittarius, each and every year when the sun is in Sagittarius. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Right? So it's your rest, it's R&R, it's not beating yourself up. Don't get so frustrated and counting your wins. Even if you get frustrated, because you're probably still going to get frustrated, you might not take everything that I say, you know, into account, but it may benefit you and behoove you to count your wins. You know, when's the last time that you said to yourself, hey, Sacred Infinite Energy Empress, I love you. You've done good. We did do that. Yes, we did, and I feel good about that. And you're doing good. And it's through that whole little process right there, the ba-da-ba-ba-ba, right? And you celebrating your wins where you come up with ideas and it's actually encouraging. It actually, goddamn, magically lifts some of the stress off your shoulder, believe it or not. You know, energetically. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Boom, bam, bip. See? And Heinz 57, the good things come to those who wait. Look at that. So leading up to this full moon is the health, R&R, and self-care. That's my prescription for you. Dr. Lab Coat. I'm not a doctor. I just said that. So, slipped. But I'm not a doctor. Seek professional doctor for advice on that. But I am of the mind, through my experience, that the 6th house points to the house of health, both mental as well as physical, you know. And so because Taurus is here, this actually could point to leisure. This is not strenuous work. It's R&R, like I said, you know. But it's gradually, you know, eating healthy, water intake, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, rest and relaxation, congratulating the self, by the self in the mirror, a little mirror work there, here and there, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And that's what I have for you. All right, who's next? You're melting? Oh, don't melt. Oh. All right, who's next? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Thank you so much for your patience, each and every one of us. Who's still here? Loving it. Is Dream Doll next? Are you still here? I don't want to do anybody if you're not here. Sacred Infinite Energy Empress, thank you. Thank you for being patient, exercising patience. Stay the course, work hard, treat yourself. Dream Doll is up. Dream Doll, let's get it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And for all those who would like to donate to the Lab Coat community, which is me at this time, check out the description, the Lab Coat there. I'm always doing live astrology, and you're more than welcome to come back if I've done your chart. I can do your chart again. This thing is forever. It's like a living organism. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It never stops. As long as your heart's beating, this thing is forever going. I didn't do it. I'm just the messenger. You know, I'm just tracking it, clocking it, and artistically, you know, acknowledging and recognizing these rhythmic cycles. I do not put any of these planets where they are. They have their lower vibratory frequency, they have their higher vibratory frequency. I think, you know, this live and the last live, I mind you, the last live too that I did, I'm saving rainforest, but if you were to look closely here, like the paper's starting to, I started beating the paper up, but if you could see here, anyway, let me leave that alone. Let me get back to business. Stay the course. Stay the course. Work hard and treat yourself. Note to self. Yeah, and tell yourself you love yourself in the mirror. Like, really say that. Look yourself dead in the pupil. Stare at yourself for a couple minutes. You might even bring yourself to tears. Shh. It's a little secret. All right. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Taurus, Sun, Scorpio, Moon. Full Moon, Dream Doll. Let's get it. With a Scorpio riding. I like how you put that there. Okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Scorpio on the ascendant there. With a Scorpio Sun? No, a Taurus Sun. I was gonna say, I'm not messing with you, but even with the Moon in Scorpio, I'm not messing with you. Whoo! You know what I would say? You know what I would say? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm not messing with you. Not being born with a full moon in Scorpio on the ascendant. No. Nope. But I think you look just like, I think your mom You and your mom look almost like sisters. This is what I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mom or mom's side of the family, grandma or son like that. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba. And so, what interesting thing when it comes to these planetary rulerships, I be going through it. Yeah, you're so, you know, I don't want to go too crazy with your chart. You know, because sometimes I get carried away. But it's the controlling of the emotions and the crave and the desire when you set your mind to something. It's so interesting how when people doubt you, right, the lengths that you go through and to prove people wrong, and you actually do it. You know, because this is so much burning desire. You know, you can actually feel it. You are the law of attraction, if the law of attraction was a thing. You know, the feel it, the taste it, the smell it, the desires, golly. And so with the sun, Mercury, and Mars, ping, in Scorpio there, it makes the drive tenacious, almost unstoppable, you know, over the course of these next. I wonder what degree your moon is at. And you're definitely going to want to stay tapped in. I'm going to have some videos coming up for Scorpio risings. But you got to work on your temper, perhaps. And if it's not the temper and you're not angry or anything like that, it would also be beneficial for you to step back and be careful of the things that you say, you know, speaking too fast, you know, because you have a tendency to cut and slice. You know, with Mars eyes. Ping, ping. And that there. However, there's benefits, you know, through you exercising. You're exercising, of course, with the full moon coming up, you know, in Taurus in your 7th house, per se. You know, with the full moon, with the full moon in Taurus, it does good here for values and to be treated through and by the partner. Some opportunities here in some business as well as personal and intimate relationships. There's a little thing there, right? But you're like a bat out of, I don't know if it's a bat out of hell, but in a good way in regards to the drive with Mars. Mars is by transit. Let me show you this thing here so you make sure that I'm not trying to just pull this stuff out of the air. Here, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. This right here is Mars. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, right here. You see how Mars is in Scorpio like this? Now you can assess the chart on your own in regards to your degrees because they would be, you know, situated ever so strategically here, you know, and as time progresses. But the new moon, just a little shortcut, there's only 5 people here, 7 watching. Welcome if you just got here. But the new moon in Scorpio is a significant feature. You know, you're gonna want to pay attention to for blow ups, for explosions, and you know, so much aggression and asserting yourself. Just be mindful that Mars is an enthusiastic, energetic, irritated, and can get frustrated. Short fuse. The shortest fuse on the planet. I got a little excited there. Excuse me. I get a little excited with this stuff here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Mirroring energy like a mug. Right. Oh, the moon is at 6 degrees? Oh, so it already happened. Let's see. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Wait a minute. This is gonna be help. This is gonna help me. This next question is gonna help me. Oh, okay. Okay, so ba-da-ba-ba. Let me see. Ba-da-ba-ba. Let me see. Ba-ba. So it was Saturday and Sunday. Were you extremely irritated on Saturday and Sunday this past weekend? I know what you meant. I got what you meant. Were you perturbed to the highest degree this Saturday or Sunday, or did it manifest in a different way? I'm curious. Like, I mean boiling. Or did it exercise itself? Did it manifest more in a a way where you were enthused and driven and inspired. Oh, it was angered. It was anger, irritation. So if it was, then that's a marker for me to be mindful of, you know, the temperature and whatnot. In regards, how do you let people get you upset and irritated? They have control over you, dream doll, honestly. Yeah, I had like a whole breakdown Saturday. Yeah, so that's a marker for me. That's what they call a red flag. Whistle, flag in the plate. Or a marker that can add insight to, you know, the planets. I utilize planets as markers, you know, rhythmic cycles, if you will. You know, and so honestly, to tell you the truth, what it's really about from an astrological perspective, whether you like this or not, right? I'm just a messenger, but because the sun, your sun sign is in the 7th house, you have to listen to what people say. You know, that's going to help you from getting mad. If you listen, you would hear certain things, and thus therefore you wouldn't make actions so rash and impulsively, if you will. Peacefully, I'm saying that humbly and peacefully and respectfully, because there's benefits through and by the partner and or through listening to what the partner has to say. There's so much jewelry there, astrologically. I'm sure there's more to it when we look at your natal charts, when we sit down and we do actual reading, but huge, you know. And because you're full moon, the moon in Scorpio, the moon doesn't do well in Scorpio astrologically. It's actually in its fall. So you have to deal with these emotions, these, you know, resentment, jealousy even. It's the nature, it's in your nature, right? And you do that through, it's what you came here to learn, you know, with the moon on the ascendant here. You know, it brings a significant magnetic attraction, the ability to attract magnetics. There's people are like drawn to you. You know, but you can't let them get you all worked up there. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You know, they actually give you insight if you were to listen, and then you'd know how to, you know, treat them and engage and interact. So they have no way to even piss you off. Da-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, I'm out of here. I've been here for 2 hours and 45 minutes, 47 minutes actually. Be sure to smash the subscription button. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you in the next video. Hearts in the comments if you enjoyed the live. I wonder how many charts did I do? How many charts do you think that I did here today, this evening? And Dream Doll, that was just the tip of the iceberg. That was just the natal and the transits. When we get to looking at the, that wasn't the natal and the transits. That was the big 3 in the transits. If we get to looking at the natal chart, that's where the wows come in. But thank you. Well, it's more than you need to listen more. It's more than you need to listen. It's not really that you need to listen to everything that the partner says, but listening in and tuning into what they say. They kind of share with you how that you can interact with them to not allow them to get you upset, if that makes sense. 9 readings. We got to work on our time. I got to work on my time for that. Not bad. All right, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Peace.